started the recording on OBS, and I'm gonna share screens as I click on the link. You can see my screen?
I think it's loading. Yeah.
Okay. Chat link. Okay. Okay. This is no big deal. Just like we just just play around it. Okay. Jayce,
Yeah.
that's fine. All right, no sound, right?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That doesn't matter then. That's good.
The quality is a bit like weird. Is it just the sharing?
Probably just the sharing, yeah, cause
Alright.
I'm just watching based on yours. And then
Okay.
you can just re-review it on YouTube later if you need to look at it.
Okay.
All right. So you opened up Doran Blade. You opened up Potion. That's fine. The first thing you wanted to do is as Jayce, you want to hit level 2 as fast as possible because his he is a very lane dominant champion. If your opponent like is a melee matchup especially. But you'll have problems against some champions like Irelia because a champion like Irelia can just sustain through all of your poke at 9. So you don't have a chance of winning because
Okay.
that's just natural. Like every Jayce player fears an Irelia matchup because at 9 she can just 1v1 you without a problem. But before that, like until like let's say 4 or 5, you have the poke advantage. So yeah, you want to switch to your cannon form and do and just like shove the lane down. Q the Q3 melees or Q the back line, and then just
Okay.
rush it down as fast as possible. Because as soon as you kill the first minion wave and then one minion off the next wave, it gives you level 2, and then you can
Yeah.
all in from there or attempt to like push someone out of lane. Like you don't have to kill the person, you could just push them out of lane because then they're forced to back or forced to play safer whereas you're free to farm. So right here you don't want to hide. You don't have to hide. There's no point. You want to
Oh
just
really?
show up and yeah. There's no point in cheesing like okay, so it's a Garen. You don't want to cheese him because this is the problem. He has sustain like Irelia. So you have to keep poking him down so that his passive doesn't proc. And
Yeah.
so he's most likely just going to walk up and try to Q you or last hit minions with autos and then Q. He could push the lane pretty fast, so you're forced to play back like this. You want to just keep autoing him because you can't really get in range of creeps right now because if you do, he's gonna walk up and Q you. So it's okay if you play safe because he hit 2 first. If you started off by just queuing the wave immediately and then pushing it down before he arrived, you would also be able to hit 2 at the same time that he did. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because you waited in the bush, there was no point in waiting in the bush. Basically.
Alright.
Yeah. So under tower, last hitting is pretty difficult. If you can't last hit, try to use your abilities to last hit. You can switch to hammer form and Q E, use your abilities. That's fine. So now remember. Okay, so he opened up with Doran Blade, which means that he doesn't have the extra health regen from Doran's shield. He only has 1 potion, and he's not popping that potion to stay above 50% health. He's just relying simply on his passive. If you notice that he still has a potion, you want to keep hitting him. He took a tower shot for free. When is he gonna opt to use a potion? Now he opts to use the potion. So this is the thing that players need to know. You need to know how to attack their items. So what that means is you know how he used the potion, right? So that
Yeah.
means he doesn't have a potion, and well you don't have one either, but you have more health than him. So you can keep poking him down until he's under pressure to leave the lane. Right now you don't have to be afraid because if he opts to trade with you under this range right here, he'll get hit by the tower, and since he has no potions, he'll be forced to back out, and he'll have to
So
play
I
safe.
could I have just all in him right there?
You can't all in him because he still has a high amount of HP. If he's over 50%, you can't kill him because you don't have ignite.
Okay.
Yeah, but instead you can just hammer form him and like smash him down, bring him under
Alright.
50%, and what you're doing here is correct. What you were doing just now is correct. Like you poke him as he's walking back, because if he uses an ability, that means he doesn't have that ability for an X amount of time, which means that grants you an open opportunity to jump on him.
Yeah.
If he uses Q, let's say Q cooldown is 10 seconds. That means you have a 9-second window to just poke him down without counterplay. Because what is he gonna
Mhm.
do without Q? Because his Q is a move speed boost, which is why he's a threat. It's also silence if it lands. See now at this point you have the option to all in him or you can just drive him out of lane. Problem is that
Mhm.
he has minions on his side, so if you try attacking him now, minions will jump on you and you might lose the trade. But you kind of have nothing to lose except every time his passive goes up, you want to break it down because if his passive is up, he's getting free healing. That's basically a free Doran shield. That makes up for the shield that he didn't buy.
Huh?
Yeah. Last hitting is okay too. Make sure you skill up your abilities immediately because more damage. Okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. Press space to center your camera. Nice shot. That's good. Now, the moment you killed him, you gotta push. You push your lane like straight up to the tower because this denies him CS.
Oh, so
Yep.
so right away.
Yeah. Don't freeze it because if you freeze it, it's not best to freeze it because Garen isn't really like the best, but if he's not running teleport, he has to walk back to lane, which means that okay, you press tab for me. So he's running ignite. So which means that he has to press Q and he has to run his ass back to lane. So because he's running to lane, that means that like during this time, the minions are probably gonna hit the tower. The tower's gonna deny all the CS he missed if he simply just teleported to lane. Basically, you're ripping apart. Like you're 6 right now, and he's still 4. You have 2
Yeah.
levels up on him. Problem is that you should have pushed instead of staying because now, he has you have no potions and he does. Oh, he's 5. My bad. But he has potions now, or potentially he has potions. I don't know. What he has right now. But as soon as you push lane, you go back. So he has what the Okay, so he bought a magic resist item and he didn't buy potions, which means you have all the right to just go up and shoot. Yeah, you have no reason to hesitate. You got to consider their items because if they have potions, like you can poke them down a little bit and whittle their potions down. Because then if you whittle their potions down, it increases your chances of killing the target. Because then they have no healing except for his passive regen, but his passive regen is only active every I don't know 10 seconds. So
Yeah.
as long as it's down, you have every right to push him like this. Yeah. Don't throw
Is
your
it
EQ though, huh?
is it situational though? Like if you kill someone and they have teleport, like should you push?
You should like if it's not close to tower, try not to push, but only like okay. So if you see them teleport, then don't push, because then like there's no point. But like if the lane is at like here, let me screenshot this. Okay, so alright, we're gonna have red and green. So if the lane is pushed up here and you kill them let's say you kill them and your minions and his minions are right here and he has teleport. It would take a lot. It would take a lot of your resources to shove it all the way over there when he could just teleport instantly and like keep it even here. So
Yeah.
instead, you can just since you have teleport yourself, you can just let the lane. You can just like take this wave back. The lane will be around here roughly when you come back. If you use teleport, if you walk back, it doesn't matter. Teleport would be most optimal so you can get to lane sooner and not miss EXP. And then you could just continue the laning phase there. That's only if your opponent has teleport though. Since he has no teleport and he has to walk back to lane, that would mean that he has to take all this time to run the fuck down here and get all the way up there. So that means by the time when you actually push this lane up to tower, the tower will kill all the CS, which then means that the next 2 waves will just re-meet here as if the lane was just like as if you guys were level 1 again. You know how level 1 creeps at level
Okay.
1 both lanes just meet up in the center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically like if you deny by the time both of you guys get back in lane, the lane will be where it's at in this screenshot, stabilized in the middle. You kind of following me so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And also keep an eye on cannon minions because those are the things that you want to prioritize. Cannon minions give you the most gold. So he's going forward, so what you can do is just auto attack him whenever he goes forward. You can try to kite back. You can use your gate to increase your move speed, but it's not always the best option because you're under 50% mana and you want to keep your mana above 50%. In the case that you get ganked, having your mana above 50% is very nice. Yeah, be careful about those EQs. Press space to center your camera because you might not be able to see some of the stuff. Yeah, that's free. So here's another opportunity. This is where you would push again, but you don't have to push because you have teleport. So you can back. You could buy your tier. You could buy, since you're winning lane, probably a brutalizer. I'd assume because that's a pretty good Jayce snowball item. And then come back to lane through the use of teleport, shove it, and then pressure him down. You don't need your Ionian Boots of Lucidity. Manamune is fine too. You can rush Manamune too. Sweeper. All right, good. This will grant you early map control. Ward 2 wards and 2 pots. That's fine. Health pots are important though.
Oh, health pots. Okay.
Yeah, always get 2 health pots before anything else. So there's trouble happening here, But there's nothing you could do. I mean, like you have the option to teleport, but there's no point because your team already has the kill secure. You guys could do the dragon, but again, you guys don't have to because it's just like you guys are too low level. Like if you're low level, it's gonna deal a lot of fucking damage. So that's a problem. Should have teleported back to lane instead though, because then a bunch of the CS is pushed towards your tower, and
Yeah.
you missed quite a bit of EXP. And then you're only one level ahead of him. You're gonna be two, but he'll hit 7 soon. You would be 8 to 6 instead of I mean you'd be 8 to 6 sooner because right now you're gonna be 8 to 7 very soon instead of 8 to 6 in terms of level. Level just grants you growth stats. It's not. This isn't season 3 or season 4. This is growth stats. You can just poke him down. Okay, so he missed the silence. Go nuts. And this is good. What you're doing here is very optimal. You whittle in between the minions because note that when he hits you, you can fight when you have more minions. By the way, like don't be afraid because if you whittle your way around through minions like that, it means that you win trades. Because when a champion hits you, your minions will switch aggro to that champion. So this grants you trade winnings. And since you have a wave, your wave is pushing with you. That means that you have all the right to fight him.
Right.
Because like it's basically like these minions act as another champion. Knock him into the minions if anything. Yeah.
Oh, into the minions.
Yes. Yeah. Because then they're gonna help you out. They basically act as a second champion, and yeah. This right here is also really good, pushing the wave exactly. You have teleport. You can just like. You don't have to, but you can just like, because if you port back, the minion wave is all the way up here, so there's no point in porting back because then you're under pressure. So instead, you can just keep hammering it down and then back and just walk back to lane like manually instead. So think about it. Remember when I said you could have ported earlier? So that means right now your port would be down if you ported earlier, and the lane would be in the exact same situation as you see it now. See, the lane, like, once you push up, the tower denies all that CS, so he misses. Let me see how many CS he misses. So let's go back here. There's more CS than that. Wow, look at all this gold right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is about 20 gold each, and this is about 15 gold each. So that's a minimum about 150 to 200 gold that he missed. That 150 to 200 gold is a pot, 2 wards, and if he stores gold himself, then that's probably a cloth armor, which could be used to itemize against you because you're AD. So that's just like, it's small, but every bit adds up because like if you miss 2 of those waves, that's 600 gold. That's that's 2 cloth armors, so that's potentially going towards Warden's Mail, which goes towards Randuin's. You have 2 wards. You don't need any more until you place them. Like 2 wards is enough for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it's okay. Like you can just like save. Okay, so Garen goes mid. This means that you have the free tower. Just take the tower. If your team dies for objectives down, if your team starts like killing themselves down here and he opts to roam, you have to take advantage of his disappearance in lane. You push the lane and you destroy the tower. Because then, when you push a lane, when someone roams, they have to make a decision. Their decision is, do I roam for kills to put my team ahead, or have the potential to put my team ahead, or and lose my tower as a price, or do I just stay and defend my tower, and just like keep the lane stable? So right now, yeah, he roamed, he got some kills for his team. Okay, that might put his team ahead, but you're gonna make it even by trading a tower for it.
Yeah.
So in the end, you give your team global gold, and they give their team like a couple assists, and they may or may not be able to take dragon. And then if you keep pushing, not because you're still denying him CS, like he loses all of this money up here. Yeah, sure, he gets a few kills, but like kills don't always like mean anything. Okay, so they're gonna do dragon right now because if you look on the map, they're doing dragon. So you should ping that like, hey, they're doing dragon. So if you're gonna push this, that's fine. Just keep an eye out. This is where your second ward comes into play. Just like you want to ward the blue buff because that's like the intersection area, not like
so I should
here. Like right here is fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The blue buff is also good too because if they come back like from like behind the blue buff, like someone comes from mid lane and stuff, that's fine. Pushing this tower is fine. Just don't take too much free damage from the tower itself, and you should keep going. Like there's no point in stopping unless you see that they're missing. So the enemy team is still drawing a lot of pressure down towards this area, and they did take a dragon. If you can take this second tower, then their dragon is almost meaningless. Just the only difference is that the dragon is a global buff to the team, so that'll be a problem for you guys in team fights. But right now, your trade is extremely optimal. Just take the once you take the tower out, you can yeah, you can back. You have to back actually. If necessary, you can flash. I would have gated there actually to increase your speed.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't have to. Oh dear, you might have to flash. Yeah,
I
there's the
think
gate.
I.
Yeah, yeah. Cause you had E too, so you can knock him back. I don't
Uh-huh.
think you E'd. You can knock him. You
Oh,
can. What you can do is you could have gated. If he happened to catch up to you, then you. Okay, so he disengages that. That if he ulted, you would have died. Like hands down, you would have died. Uh, this is possible kill potential, but it's very risky. Okay, that's fine. Wow, your damage is huge. Yeah, that's kill potential if he lands a knockup or something. Otherwise you could just let it go. He's in a bush. If you don't see him over there, he's in a bush. It's in the other bush. There he is. Yeah, he's gonna go for you. If you don't see them on the map and they ran in one direction, just like think he's in one of these bushes. So you,
oh, okay.
if you had another ward, like if you had another ward for some odd reason, just place it in one of those bushes before anything. Your gate also helps too. Like you can queue a bush, and that grants you vision if you tap an enemy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So right now, the best option for you to do, like you want to look at the map. If you have teleport up, you can teleport to assist your team. If you see that there's an opportunity to assist your team, otherwise, well, I'd say you can push. There's two options. You can push top, or you can group with your team. But you can't group with your team right now due to the fact that there's no kill potential bot. I swear to God, I've seen this before. Yeah, I verify. I remember now. You sent me this clip before, so I could
Yeah, I
see.
sent you it
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only for like couple second advice. Okay, so right here you have the option to defend bot. There's no point in hiding because they're not gonna go forward. Because if they go forward, they're gonna get themselves killed. So instead, just push out that bot lane wave because that's a lot of CS you're missing.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a big wave right there. It's still gathering up too, so you're missing a ton of CS. You don't want to let CS go to waste because Ash isn't gonna make it there in time to get the little CS. In here, yeah, it's okay if you group now instead. That's a problem. Poke him down. You
so
can't. You don't go
if
melee
I'm
here. Just poke him
if I'm
down.
too far, then I should just CS and
Well,
just not.
like the thing is, like, there's a lot of EXP there for you, and that gives you level 11, which gives you a higher ulti damage, and then you could just regroup because you have teleport.
Oh, right.
Yeah, nice. Be careful here. This is where if an AD carry has scrying, or this is where it would come in handy. Yep. Always Q, and if there's nothing there, you can check it. It's pretty dangerous though because you don't know where the other two are, so it's fine if it's fine that you're playing this safe. But if they're that low, consider mana too, because they can't all in you with the amount of mana that they have. So Lux is low on mana, and Lux is low on mana, so that means that she'll probably she threw a shield, which threw her mana down. She has
Mhm.
potentially one Q and one E left. So face checking there is fine because of the amount of health that the other players possess.
Oh,
You can
so
yeah.
oh, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, but to be sure that you're safe, you have to buy your own ward because Soraka was not gonna make it there in time
Yeah.
for you to actually face check. Good. The amount of wards you bought right there is very sufficient. Okay. So here, you need to press tab just to see if there's to see if your opponent has purchased an item to counter you, because it's only like once or twice, but like every now and then people press tab just to check on enemy items. If they built a bunch of armor, you're gonna have to watch yourself because you don't have armor penetration. Brutalizer, you don't have that. I think you're going for Last Whisper, right?
No, I was going for Infinity Edge.
Oh dear. Infinity Edge isn't very optimal unless you're like hard snowballing, like really hard snowballing. This is
Oh,
a
really?
potential kill. Yeah, because oh my god, they're not stacking armor against you. I don't understand. That's a kill. Yeah, that's a kill. He didn't have to flash. Well, I think he had to flash for it. Um, if you roam, that's really strong. But you can also push out mid. Top. You also have to keep an eye on your tower because you have the option to just stay top and push, and then just group with your team through the use of teleport, or you can roam down, help your team get kills, and secure objectives. Because right now nothing's happening except kills. There's no towers being taken, and instead your own tower is being taken itself. Right now, your team there's 3 people bot, so you want to, because I think they want to go for that tower. The best thing to do is just go for that tower. That gives global gold for your team, gives you map presence. So an enemy's been slain, that's good. Teemo's still alive. Teemo dies. You lost a turret. You have to trade a turret now. It's 1 for 1 in this economy. You don't want to trade 0 for 1 in the economy. Okay, that's fine. I can't see anything. Okay, that's 2. That tower has to go down now because it's practically free. And since it's only Warwick, oh dear, since it's only Warwick pushing, you guys could probably push even further and push it past the midway point in the bottom side, just to secure that you guys are drawing pressure as a team. Yasuo is going up top. Ari's lane is pushed down over 50%, which means that she'll have to take a while to actually to push down mid tower. So there's no way mid tower is gonna go down. And okay, Garen's here. You can definitely 1v1 him based on your not only your level advantage and your skill damage, but also because you are naturally ahead. But instead, your team opts to ping Dragon. If it's up, go for it because it's free. You guys don't have a ward control in the jungle. This is a big deal because you don't know if someone's just gonna pop out there and take you down.
Oh, okay.
But you do know that Ari's coming down, and she doesn't have vision. This is where your sweeper comes in. Right here, a pink ward would be the best because then you want to know if there's a ward here so that she goes down. Since
pink
it seems to clear. Yeah, pink ward is
so,
most optimal here.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it scouts two areas. One because most people place their wards in the bush where I just said pink wards are optimal, but also because people place wards here, like right here in the front of the dragon pit. So you can see those with your pink ward. Secure dragon, that's nice. Okay, Teemo's coming down. That's a problem. You want to flash right now. You want to get out there alive. Nice knock up. EQ. Nice. Stay back. You don't want to go in because you'll die instantly. Because if Garen just gets one Q off, you'll die. You can back out right now because they can see you. By the way, with that Warwick thing, they can see where you are. There's no point in entering bushes. Yeah, they have full vision of you. He might take you out. Knock him back. Nice job. But you're gonna be finished instead. Also, time flashes. So I mean, it's not important now. It's not as critical now as it is during the laning phase. But when a person flashes, time it. It's 5 minutes on the current timer because that increases your kill potential in lane. I don't remember if Garen flashed in lane or not, but like if he does flash, let's say 3 minutes, then you type in 800 Garen flash. So if your jungler comes, he has a 5-minute window to gank, and the target has no escape. Champions like Gangplank or Nasus, those champions have no escapes if they run flash. So if they burn their flash, that means that there's a lower chance of them getting out of a gank if they don't have like a gap closer escape. Did they get dragon? Well. You want to you want to press tab. So and if you see the marker, if you see that they have 2 markers, that means they took dragon.
Oh,
they did take dragon. Yeah. So you want to give a rough estimate. Dragon.
Where's the mark? Where's the marker?
So you press. Hold on. You press tab somewhere here. Hang on. Like the moment you press tab, there's 2 markers on both sides. So let me see where you press tab. Right here. See this right here? That's okay. The red marks means that they have the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they have 4 of them, that's a danger. That's very bad. Like that's very bad for your team. And if you have 4 of them, that's good because that means you've taken 4 dragons. Nice poke. Yes, this means you go forward. Note that Lux has no mana, so you don't have any reason to hesitate. 1 EQ if you aim it properly. Good. Center your camera. Because you're moving around your mouse around a lot just to fix your camera rather than actually like doing anything. Nice shot. Ooh, yeah, good. Lux has no mana. Like now she has no mana. She has a chalice, I think, no Morello. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, you'd want to back. You're not in a safe position because when you don't have minions, this tower kind of does damage and it shields allies or it shields its allies. So you'd have to deal a lot more damage than you think. Like it's basically like a Luxie. Ooh, nice arrow. Wait, no, you're backing up. Well, I think you should because your team is not doing anything about it. But I wanted you to Q right there for poke. Jayce is a really good poke champion. His all in is pretty weak. Because the only reason he all ins someone is because he poked them down to the point where he could just Q, E, auto, dead. Yeah. Because you've only used your teleport like once. So do you feel as if it was the optimal pick? Like you don't always have to get teleport as a top laner. It's not mandatory. Because if you're not using it as often as you think you should be, because you've only used it once or maybe twice as far as I can remember. Ignite would have been a much stronger option because Jayce is a lane bully. If you don't know that, like he auto attacks, like people like Garen get bullied by him. If you kite properly and just avoid, like, know that once he uses his Q, he has basically no way to catch up to you. You can pressure him by just like autoing, Qing, autoing, Wing, and then waiting for your next Q, EQ like this. Yeah. Watch the EQs though, because remember that they have their shields up, so you actually don't do any. Like Teemo didn't really take any damage because the shields
Oh.
from the inner turret came up. It blocked the entire EQ damage. Yeah.
And so what would I just wait for it to?
Well, I mean, it's a refreshing shield. The shield constantly is refreshing. Like it when you put it down, it's gonna come back when Teemo is considered to be out of combat, quote unquote. Once he's out of combat, the shield is like the tower won't refund him a shield, and then when he's out of combat, oh
Oh.
shit, yeah. See how that shield came on Teemo. Once you bring it down, he'll be considered in combat, and then oh man, that's not a good option right there. Um, well, you know that they just placed the ward and you guys killed the ward, and then like they're not just gonna face check it because you guys are too nearby, so you don't want to stand there. This is the problem. You're under 50% mana and you're under 50% HP, so you shouldn't be playing too like aggressive like that. Yeah, that
Oh.
costs you. When you're under 50% mana, that's a critical situation. Like you need to keep your mana above 50%. In laning phase, it's nicer. It's nicer to keep your mana above 50% for the reason that when you get ganked, the rest of the mana can be expended to escape and possibly pick up a kill on the side. But when you're like pressuring someone, if you keep your mana above 50%, it's nice because when a critical situation like a gank happens, then you have a mana pool you can fall
Yeah.
back on. Because if you expend over 50% mana, you're gonna be like when someone comes to gank, you're like, hey, I'm out of mana. The fuck? What was the point of me ganking top then? Because you have no kill potential.
Yeah.
You lose out. And then like here, when you're poking them down, if you keep your mana above 50%, when a team fight actually happens, you can rely on the other 50% to finish off the team fight. Lux is a problem because Lux is having a problem because she's actually keeping her mana below 50%, but because she has a strong regeneration item, she can keep it like probably like really low, only to the point where she can't really like she's keeping it so low that she can only cast like 2 spells at a time instead of like constantly casting spells out the
Yeah.
moment they come off the cooldown, and that's a problem for her because that's not optimal. Like she wants to keep it above 50% so that she can throw out more snares, so that she can lock down a target, so that champions like Ahri or Garen can make big plays by charming them right afterwards, etc., etc. But instead she keeps it to way under 50%, like less than 25%.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. That's just on her part though. And see, Ahri keeps hers above 50% so that when the time comes, she can just charm someone and then all in them with her mana pool. Okay, Lux ulti down. You guys can go for this. That's fine. Well, okay, I'm not so sure about that. You guys should just back out. Give her a gate to help her out. That's nice. But right now you're in a situation in which you cannot respond. Oh dear. Hammer him away. He's in the way. Yeah. He has a move speed boost, so you have an Ash arrow, but that's a problem. Oh, nice. Okay. From here, this is very scary. Remember, he can see you if he's within a certain range of you. He can see you, so he's gonna go for you. Gate, good. What? What? That was totally a kill on you if you press Q. But oh my god, he just froze or something. If he gets too close to you, hammer form, smash him away.
Okay.
Yeah. Just consider that it's like get away from me. Like it's a disengage basically. Like
Yeah.
because like you're not using it as much to disengage. You as often as you should be. And that's where this is one of those critical situations where oh shit, I need to escape. Go away from me, so you can knock him back. At this point, this is what you need to do is you guys are like doing a lot of split pushing, which is a problem because your waves are getting pushed back on. This is where teleport could come in handy. There's a big wave up top. You don't want those big waves to start building up because big waves means like a lot of gold, a lot of EXP. Like I said before, I stressed that a few times. A lot of gold, a lot of EXP for you. Because right now you've only leveled up twice since you started grouping with your team, and you haven't really been pushing. Garen, who was 2 levels down, is only 1 level down, or 2 to 3 levels down earlier, is now only 1 level down because every now and then he'll go to the side. Oh jeez. This is a problem. You don't have 5. You guys aren't grouping as 5. You don't want to engage. Oh my god, he went in. Well, this is a very dangerous situation. Yeah. Don't hit the ward. Yeah. Stay back and poke. Stay back and poke. Good. That's a kill. Oh. You knocked back the wrong target. Cue the Garen immediately and then just back out. Aw, damn. Well, that's a problem. This is a big problem. It's starting to snowball in their favor now. Reason being is because now at this point you guys are grouping, but you guys aren't sieging objectives. Like not a single tower has been taken since you guys started sieging. Instead, it's just this game is basically Call of Duty. A lot of kills have been taken instead of objectives. No like you guys didn't. You guys I think you guys took a dragon, right? No, this is their third dragon. You did announce you needed to split, but it's actually your job to split this part because you have
Oh,
teleport.
really?
Yeah, you have teleport. You have
Oh,
to. You can just jump into a team fight at any point. Because when you're splitting, you're the whole point is to draw pressure away from your team. Because then if you split, right? Okay, so you notice that they've expended 2 resources down to bot lane, which means that there's only three empty players. Like there's 1 player mid, so that means there's 2 Mia players that are probably warding or doing something like pushing another lane. Like they're just walking towards mid. So now you know where all 5 of them are. There was 2 down bot. So Garen's Mia, so he's probably in the in the lower part of the jungle right here. Yeah. Now now they're gonna group as 4 mid. So if you want to counter it, you can group as you have to group as 5 because if you see 2 people bot, the best thing to do is Baron, but you guys weren't in a position to Baron. So instead, the best thing to do right here is group as 5 and just shove together. But you guys have to siege the tower. That's the thing. You guys can't just like group as 5 and do nothing out of it because right now nothing's happening except like skirmishes that you guys are losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so if there's like, if you have some guy that fed on your team a lot, like, should he split?
Well, I mean, okay, it's a thing. It's very situational, but it depends on who it is. Like, if it's Tryndamere that's 0-11, it's Tryndamere. Like, Tryndamere will be a threat regardless of how many times he feeds. Irelia
Yeah.
will also be sort of a threat, but like, it depends on who the split pusher is. Like, if it's a fucking Fiora who fed, like, no, not a Fiora. Let me give a terrible example of someone who like some shit laner who fed. Lissandra. That's not a threat. See, like, it depends on how much of a threat level they are. Like Jayce, if you feed as Jayce and you start splitting, it's not optimal because you have no because you're gonna get killed. The reason why Fiora is a threat when she split pushes is because she's actually really strong as a duelist and she has the potential to be eventually 1v1. Jayce doesn't have as strong of a potential to 1v1 because he needs to whittle down his targets before he all-ins a target. Like you ever notice like if you try QEing them, you actually don't do as much damage as you think, you know? So your range damage is actually more. The whole reason is because you EQ them, that does a shit ton of damage, but then everything goes on cooldown. So then you gotta switch forms, you gotta hammer Q, and then you smash them away, and then that whittles them to down maybe 50-40% health. And then what do you do after that? You gotta switch forms, right? No, you can't because your ulti's on cooldown. So you gotta walk up to them and melee them, and so it's really difficult for you to all in. So right here, I wouldn't. Oh god, yeah, you'd have to run because well, it's a Warwick. Warwick's a big threat. Warwick can counter split push you. You don't want to overextend when you split push.
How do I know when I'm overextending?
Well, I mean, like if you see a Warwick, you should automatically run. When you see that there's too many people missing, it means one of 2 things. 1, they're expending their resources towards you, or 2, they're taking another objective outside. So like in this case, it was option 1. Like there were probably people running towards you, aka Warwick, maybe a Teemo, a Garen too. But option 2 is that they could be taking a Baron at the same time because they're Mia. At this point, it's really hard to say what to do, but grouping as 5 isn't always the solution because what you do with the grouping is what matters the most. You guys can't siege. Like to siege, it's your job to poke them down because you have the longest range out of your team aside from Ashe.
Yeah.
But the thing with Ashe is that her long range only accounts for her W, and she has to get within a certain range to actually W, and that puts her in danger because she has no escapes. And oh my god, that positioning. Oh my gosh, she lived. Okay, nice. Well, now the best thing to do is don't chase. Instead, don't waste your time and defend the mid tower because you guys lost the mid tower for that. Because you didn't have kill potential there, so instead just go for defend the mid tower. Yasuo is a little hard. Like he goes in a little too deep at times that are completely unnecessary. There's this one time in the jungle where he just like ulted and on 3 people or 1 or 2 people. Okay, so this is where Warwick must die. Okay, so if he doesn't die, it's fine. He's forced to back. Teemo's out of mana. You can poke down, kill Teemo. He's sort of a threat. There are 2 people low on mana, but Ahri's a threat. She's snared. Oh man, that's an EQ. Easy. That forces them to make a decision. Should we keep going because we're kind of low and we have no mana, or should we back? But when you're standing still like this, like you're looking at mid lane, you should look at other lanes immediately too, because you notice again top lane's pushing. If anything, if you want to just split top, like kind of split top, just like kill all the minions and then kill one wave after and then just leave it. Cause there's a giant fucking wave up there. If you kill that entire wave, then kill the next wave, you could just rejoin your team immediately after. You're like, okay, that's enough. You don't have to shove it like 3-4 waves out and then like group with your team. You could just shove like, you can kill the big ass wave that gathers up, then you can regroup with your team. Right now you're kind of investing too much on Infinity Edge also.
So wait, so killing 3 waves would probably be overextending.
Yeah, because every wave comes every 30 a wave comes every 30 seconds. So that means you spend and like they all come like you see how they travel pretty fucking slow. So you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have to walk up to the wave to kill the wave, and by the time you get there, you're in a bad position at times.
So how would I push without overextending too much?
Just kill one way. Just kill one or two waves, or you can do the optional slow push, in which you kill half of a wave, and then you just let your minions do the work for you, and that'll be a problem. That is an advanced option. Like you could just kill half of a wave, kill 2 melees and 1 mage, and then you could just go from there. Yasuo goes in too deep. It's really problematic. There's like nothing you guys can do about this. Like you can poke him down, but it's not gonna do much because you don't have armor penetration, by the way. He has Randuin's.
So that's what I should have built.
Yeah, because you're investing too much in Infinity Edge, and Infinity Edge isn't really like that powerful of an item on what's his name, Jayce. Black Cleaver would have been better. Because
I had no idea what to build at this moment.
When you auto and then you use your W and then you use your W, which is 3 autos, and then auto again after, it applies 5 stacks of Black Cleaver. And I think you can have a maximum of 5 stacks, and every stack reduces a target's armor. So then you R to switch forms to hammer, and then you QE them, and that does a shit ton of damage because you've reduced their armor to a point where it's like really they get really like whoa, what the hell, I just got so low so fast. This is a free kill. Nice gate. Oh, there's a flash. Keep that in mind. But it's more important on 80 carries that you burn their flash on, because then that means that they have a less of a chance to escape. But like top laners like Garen, doesn't really matter what he's gonna do. Flash ult, flash Q. That's no big deal. This dragon should be yours. Teemo's top. Well, you don't have vision. This is the problem. You buy a lot of wards. That's great, but you're not placing them down. That's the thing. You're also not using your sweeper as often as you should. Use it to check choke points like the blue bush right there, because like they're able to see you only because you guys are low right now. But like in other circumstances, if you guys have a ton of HP, and why did Lux shoot an EQ and land it? They must have vision there or something. My God, that Mikhail's Crucible series, or no, Mercurial Scimitar. The fuck? God, he's still snowballing right now. Yeah, Warwick's a threat in this patch. Huge threat. Well, before you start surrender vote, always look at the objectives. You guys lost 4 towers. They lost 4 towers as well. I'm not miscounting it, right? Yeah. So you guys are even in towers. Like that's a heads up. Because you took 2 towers top, but they took 2 towers bot. So that's trade. Both mid towers are down. That's a trade. Kill wise, they have more. But so that is a problem. Dragon wise, they have more. That is a problem. Now, how many dragons do they have? I think you guys only took. I don't think you guys took a dragon yet.
Yeah, we didn't.
Sure. You didn't?
No.
Okay. So if they have a lot of dragons, that's a problem, because that increases their team fight potential, which means that they start snowballing more in this current patch. In the next patch, I think that's going to change, because instead of 8% damage, it's going to be 6%. But this is a problem now, because you also invested too much in your Infinity Edge, and you don't come out on top of it. You also didn't buy anything.
Yeah, I had
yeah,
no buy.
You teleported back with 2k gold. GG. You're like, oh, I still have 2k gold in my inventory. Sup, guys? Uh-oh. Yeah. No, Brutalizer is actually really strong as a snowball item. Like the moment you killed Garen, if you actually had enough gold, tier is nice. Tier is excellent. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting tier, because Jayce needs mana and shit. But Black Cleaver is a must item, because armor penetration, especially if you're snowballing, because then even if they opt to build armor, you're basically saying, screw you, I have armor penetration to counter your armor. And if they don't build armor, then their base armor that they're currently sitting at is also pierced through with your Brutalizer. You make their cloth armor ineffective with Brutalizer, and if they don't build cloth armor or any defensive armor item, then you make them, then your a bigger threat top lane. So right here, yeah, pushing is fine, but you don't have teleport. Your team is doing really awkward things. Tower is down. You guys have no vision at Baron, so that's a big thing. Because if you guys have vision at, if you guys need vision of Baron as soon as possible. You wouldn't want to stay here. Instead, just go kill the Rift Scuttler. It's okay. You can't kill anyone. I don't think you can kill Garen. He knows you're. He only knows you're there because you activated the sweeper. Just saying, he knows you. If you activate a sweeper, they
Oh,
can see
really?
it. Yeah, they can see it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wow. You can flash here, like just to get out. Nice. Oh, you're dead though. He procced his ignite. That was the problem. Yeah, it's hard also because you guys only have one knock. You only have like 2 knockups for Cho'Gath, and you guys don't have many gap closers except for Yasuo. Like you don't count as a gap closer because when you queue in, you kind of like put yourself in a huge amount of danger. See, right now you're actually behind on gold because when you group, you have to actually do something about the group. You can't just like, if you're behind, it's also better to group because you guys can try to pick off kills. But if you're ahead and you group, it means that you want to close out the game sooner by securing more objectives. Because the more objectives you secure, it increases your chances of closing out a game because you have more gold in your inventory. You're stronger. You win fights. It all leads up to you being able to close out the game a little bit sooner than it should be closed out on, because the average, like, assuming the average game lasts 30 minutes, of course. Like, there's nothing you could do. Like, you could defend by poking them down, but it's not gonna do much because do they have a healer? No, they have Lux, who just shields them from trades. Yeah, there's almost nothing. It's pretty difficult to win at this point, but like games are still winnable if you guys do it right. The thing is, you guys have an open inhib bot, so that means you're forced to do like what you're doing now. You're forced to do this because you have no choice. You have to let this you have to destroy this wave, otherwise it's gonna like pile up and wreck your base without you even touching it. And this is just whoa man, you're gonna get killed by minions. Remember what I said about them acting like another champion? This is what I mean. They beat the shit out of you, and there's like like you didn't even touch them. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, instead you could just like I mean, like, these deep wards are crazy, but like right now you should just try to group. I think like it's pretty. Oh my god. Did you? Oh, he like queued or something. I was like, what the fuck? Also, scout between your lanes. Like, don't just like keep your camera always centered. Like, you like look at things happening on the map too. Like in your like this. Like you move your camera around because like most of the time I see you like just like keep it on yourself when action's happening because like if action happens, you want to know if the spells are down. Like if they burn a flash on someone critical like Ari or something like that. You got 2 brutalizers. You brought 2 you bought 2 brutalizers. That's it's not bad, but you have to actually build them into something. Ghostblade, I think people start building Ghostblade. I'm not sure about Ghostblade, but Ghostblade's pretty cool if you have it on Jayce, if you just like, get that little extra attack speed. He's not really a deep auto attack reliant champion. Well, sort of, maybe with the W, but like Ghostblade is nice for more extra armor penetration. Most people just build tanky right after they get like a couple of damage items though. Like GA is pretty nice. Banshee's developed is pretty nice too. After Black Cleaver, you have like 3 damage items, and you have like 2 or 3 defensive items.
When would I buy defensive items? Like,
usually after your offensive items, your 2 offensive items, your Manamune, your Manamune Black Cleaver, and then after that you can go defensive. Like
And
a good option is Frozen Heart or something like that.
how's that better than just like building more offense?
Well, I mean, like the thing is, Jayce is pretty squishy, and also because when you QE to go into someone,
Yeah.
you're gonna relatively get killed, and people like Lux Warwick could just snare you, like lock you down with CC. So if they have a hard CC champion, like even if they don't have hard CC, you're gonna get killed fast because you don't have any defense to back you up.
Yeah.
Guardian Angel's nice too. Like Garen, the only reason Garen can do let's say he did, like I don't know if he has any damage items on him, but he's still able to beat the shit out of you. Like notice that like even when you were split pushing top earlier, he just killed you really fast, right? And you weren't able to do crap to him. And he like assuming he only has defensive items, he can still kill you because he can outlast you. Because he's like you have like let's see, you have 1,000 damage, but if he has 1,000 armor to mitigate the 1,000 damage that you do, like he's gonna win. Simply because he's a tank. Also because he has W to mitigate damage by like a percentage, but either way, because he's tankier and even though he doesn't have items, he can still outlast you. So
it's dependent on the champion on when you build armor.
Yeah, like like some champions go like Riven. She goes mostly glass cannon and maybe 2 defensive items, and the 2 defensive items are still used for offense. Guardian Angel, Hex Drinker. Those things are used for offense. Like Guardian Angel because you just go in, you go ham, and then you die. You come back to life. You
Uh-huh.
go ham again. Hex Drinker because that can save your life.
Yeah.
Hex Drinker is also a good option on Jayce too because of magic damage people. Now, if you split push, you have to you kind of have to commit. Okay, this is a problem. It's Warwick is a threat because it's just like he's just too dangerous. Like in this current patch, he's bad for a reason. 2 people they expended 2 resources for you. Ooh, that's pretty deep. Oh God, I'd recall right here just say okay, I'm in a dangerous. Oh God.
I don't know. I just like gave up here.
Well, yeah, it's pretty difficult to say what you can do at this point, but like oh, it's only at 1,000 health, lol, but it takes no damage because there's a shield on it. It's actually really difficult to say what you can do to close out the game at this point, but some of the things you can do is basically like you can if you group some of the things I can cover. Like I could just cover the rest of the things without actually saying what you can do to win the game because it's pretty difficult to win the game with when you guys are really deep far behind. Cause like it was like you guys are probably even on gold, but then the gold leads stretched out on their favor. Not only because they
Uh-huh.
have a really strong late game team, but also because they have they have higher CC locks. They have a really strong champion in the jungle, and they have a lot more kill pressure on you because as a top laner you don't have that much CC. Like your top laner doesn't have much CC. Your jungle may have hard CC, but he has to land it. Whereas Warwick is free CC, it's automatically landed, and that's a lockdown. Ari may be skill shots, but if you're locked down, you can't really do shit.
Mhm.
Like that charm, like if you get snared or if you get locked down by suppression, you're gonna get locked down by a snare. There's no way for you to escape. You get automatically charmed 100 to 0. Some things I covered is timing summoner spells. That's very important for you to do. Because if you time summoner spells, it grants you increased kill potential. Like let's go back and review some of the things that happen in lane. Cause like these are just fundamentals in lane. Like if you can win your lane, you can draw pressure. But after the laning phase is where some people struggle. So after the laning phase, like let's say like after you take the tower, you have 2 options. You can stay top to draw pressure, or you can group mid to attract attention. Because if you attract you attract tension, what I mean by attract tension is when you're grouping, they have to counter group, and if they don't group fast enough, you guys win because you're grouping sooner to take objectives sooner to grab more gold for your team, which increases your chances of winning the game. Why won't this load? Okay, so here nobody's died yet. So right now you remember that you attack their you can attack them by attacking their potions, not just attacking their like current HP, but attacking their potions. Because if you attack their if you attack a person's food supplies, then they have nothing to then they will die of starvation. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Wait, what do you mean attacking potions versus attacking health?
Like if you're just harassing just to fucking like bring him down, and you have no like you're just like you're missing CS on purpose just to you're like
Oh,
kicking his ass out of lane. You're not really making use of things. Right now what you're doing is you're actually attacking his potions. But there are some people like some situations where people would just keep hitting the champion rather than just pushing them away from like get out of here by just like some people when they play Jayce they would just attack the Garen and
mhm.
would stick on the Garen instead of actually attacking the CS, which is what they want because you want farm, right? You want to claim your own food here, and
Yeah.
you want CS, and he's just in your way, so you want to push him away. The problem is that like okay, so when he's out of potions, he has no sustain. So if you keep poking him down, he has 2 options. He can stay in the lane and get killed by you, or he can back, miss out EXP and gold, and come back to lane behind. That's attacking. That's what happens when you attack their food supplies. They gotta go restock on the food by going back to lane. And oh my God, stop buffering, Jesus Christ! Trying to teach here, and it keeps going away. Yeah. So now remember that when he Qs and Es, you have an open window to attack him. Okay, so he Q'd there, and his passive's up. So the first thing you do is when his passive's up, hit him. When his Q is down, attack him because he has no way to counterplay you. He's gonna auto attack you. Where's his silence? Where's his E? Or no, where's his silence? If it's level 1, where's his E, etc., etc. He may have higher base damage than you, but that doesn't mean anything. Because right here, yeah, this is a kill. So like he silenced you, it's no big deal. You have kill potential. Pew, he's dead. And then here's the part where you have to deny him. You have to break his money. This is his bank. This is his investments. His investments are his minions. Got to break his stockings. But the thing is, you're kind of waiting for the stock market to pile up. There's a lot of minions here, but you can just get rid of them.
Mhm.
The biggest thing you gotta make them miss is the cannon minion, because every few waves a cannon minion wave will show up. But you always want to check your own wave if a cannon minion shows up, because if it can't, because minion waves mirror each other. So if you push this wave out here, remember what I said. When the minion waves comes back, it will be fine. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
So there's a cannon minion this wave. So here is where you would push. You would push the piss out of this. I would EQ it. I would EQ shock blast the backline, like flip the hammer form, destroy it, and just keep going forward. But now he's back in lane, so he's gonna be able to. He has the like he may miss getting the gold, but he doesn't miss the EXP. Like if you miss a CS, you still get EXP. So or if you miss a CS, you just lose the gold. You don't get, but you still get the EXP. That's what I tried to say. But if you deny, if the tower kills it and he's not there, then he loses both the EXP and the gold.
Oh.
Yeah. Now the thing is, like you're also playing afraid, like because you have more HP than him. You have to consider his items. You can intimidate him with your movements just by walking forward. You don't have to attack him. Like you can just intimidate him by just walking forward and say, "Hey, you have nothing to sustain against my poke. I'm a threat to you. Be scared of me." Like if he tries to all in you, if he tries to all in you, you can kill him, provided that you have enough mana to. Of course, you have enough resources to expend to kill him. Of course. But right here, like you can kill him. Like you're gonna kill him again. Yeah. Since I gotta leave soon, like let's see, what did I cover? Because my parents are calling me for dinner. But what did I cover so far? Yeah. So movement. Let me show you what I mean by movement. Like, go back. Okay. Okay. You wanna give me a screenshot game? Thanks. Right about here. Let's say here. Okay. All right. Oh fuck. Okay. Here is a problem right here. So you clicked here. I saw this. You clicked right here, meaning you're fucking hell. You're clicking defensively. Instead, you should actually be you click here, yes, but you click here because you're moving offensively. Because if you move because like looking at his health, yeah, he has passive, but all you have to do is auto attack him once. And he will lose his passive, and then that'll like drop this much HP. You have this much HP. You have this much HP. You have a lot of HP. Your spells are these two spells are readily available as a tool for you. At the same time, you also have hammer form to switch to kill him. Problem is, the only problem that the reason you can't do this is because you're under 50% mana. There's these two concepts that I want to go over. It's called there's movement bluffing and movement intimidating. Movement intimidating is where you can actually kill someone with just by like being a threat. Like you can like let's say you're standing here. If you just click here and just like click back and forth and stay around this vicinity, he has no choice but to play safe. And that's there. And you can do this with both movement intimidation and movement bluffing. With movement intimidation, if he tries to go forward and attack you, in an attempt to kill you or damage you or whatever, you can intimidate him and say, "What's up?" And you throw all your spells on him and say, "Yeah. What do you want to come at me? Bring it on. I have everything. I have all my resources ready to kill you." Movement bluffing is when you're moving back and forth. You're threatening him like, "Yeah, I'm a threat." But then when he actually goes to all in you, you have nothing to respond. You have no mana to respond back to him. You're like, "Fuck." You have to back up, and because you have no mana to counter his play. You kind of get it, like. You can scare him because like you have more health and you're ranged and you can poke him down and shit. But if he tries to all in you, and you have no mana, then that's considered movement bluffing because you have no mana to counteract his all in on you. Versus movement intimidation is in where he'll try to all in you, but you actually have a response. You get it? Like there's either he has a response or he doesn't have a response.
Okay, so movement bluffing is bad.
Yeah, no, it's good because it's good if they fall for it. Right here, you can totally movement bluff him, and he'd fall for it because he doesn't know. Because I don't think he would be smart enough to like go all in on you. But you're playing too defensively right here. You're actually backing up a lot farther than you should be. So
Wait,
that gives him free reign to CS like this because you're not hitting him at all.
Wait, so when I bluff him, then that means I do nothing even though I have something? or
No, no.
what?
Movement bluffing is movement, like you just by clicking alone, you can scare him. You don't even have to attack him. You could just walk and zone him out of CS. You get it?
But then if he attacks me, then I have nothing. Isn't
Yeah,
that bad?
you basically have no response. Yeah. Even if you like you're cuz like look, you like with your mana pool, let's see how many spells you're able to cast. 177 mana. You're not like let's say you're doing movement intimidation. Now he's going for the all in. You have no response, right? So you have to back up. This is movement bluffing. You're back. This is what happens when you movement bluff. You have no response. You EQ. If even if you landed it, you switch to hammer form. You Q him. You're out of mana. Now you just have to rely on auto attacks. And if he ulted you, well, you'd be put pretty low. And he walked out of the bush for some random reason. But you see what I mean? Like if you had more mana, you can call his all in. It's kind of like poker. Bluffing versus poking. I mean bluffing versus all inning. Whoops. You make it look like, yeah, I have something. Come at me when you actually have nothing. AKA no mana.
And so why would that be good?
Why would that be good? Because then you
Yeah.
make him lose CS. You can
Oh,
bluff.
so
Yeah, the whole point is to deny him CS. You're ahead. You're ahead because you have more HP. You have more. You have more HP. You kill him, and you are a scarier threat to him. You are You are like I am the dominant. I am the alpha male. I am the dominant force in this lane, and I will show. And I'm just gonna walk all over you. I'm not gonna let you take the CS. If he tries to like, I think I can man up and hit you, then you tell him, oh god, it was a bluff, and you start backing up, and that's exactly what you did when he tries to all in you. You weren't doing in this game. You weren't doing it intentionally. Like you were kind of basically bluffing him. That like you were in a position where he all in you and you had nothing to respond to him because your EQ. Not only did you miss your EQ, but you had too low of mana to continue to fight him. So you just had to rely on auto attacks, which isn't really the best thing for Jayce because his damage is pretty low. Your base damage is lower than his.
When am I allowed to bluff?
Not only when you have more. Okay, so aside from the fact that you have more minions, but also as if you can actually zone them. Like melees can zone too. Like just like for example, champions like Riven, champions like Vladimir, who's another top laner that's really good at zoning. Renekton. Well, like these are champions that have gap closers. Shyvana can kind of do it if I'm gonna name one without a gap closer, but simply because she wins trades. Like Fiora can do it. Like just because, like right here, I would intimidate him because yeah, he has full HP. Yeah, but he has full HP, sure, but you have full mana and you have a huge minion wave to back you up when you fight him.
So bluffing would be okay.
Bluffing, intimidating, both of them are okay. Now he misses Q. You have every right to fight him, and what you're doing is walking through the minion wave. That's good. He has if he's clicking wrong, which sometimes people misclick and stuff because human error, he's gonna misclick and he's gonna click on minions. So he actually hit a minion. Like I saw him hit a minion. You knock him away, it's fine. Now this is okay. So now this is the situation. You guys just fought each other. That's a trade. Now if he comes back, you have two options. You can intimidate him because you have more health. You have more mana. If he does fight you, you can call his all in by kicking his ass. Bluffing only works if you have nothing to respond. Like you can pretend like you're a dominating factor when in reality you're not. That's what I mean by bluffing. You kind of get it? Like here, you don't have to bluff. You could just kill him because you have not. He tried to all in you. He tried to all in you. You can call his all in and kill him. If you intimidate him, he's like, okay, I won't do it. Just kidding, man. It was a joke. It was a joke. And then he backs up and he plays safe. I think I have a gameplay of me playing like Lissandra or something where I just play like a fucking pussy because I can't fight the guy because I'm getting wrecked. I have no mana. I have like less than 50% HP. It's not an option to fight a Riven. Even if the Riven has like 25% health, I don't have the right to fight her because I have no spells and she has no mana cost. That's I can't bluff her because I have nothing to do because I don't have more HP. Because when you bluff someone, you have to make it look like you're intimidating. Like if I have no mana, I can't bluff. If I have no mana and no health, I can't bluff him. But if I have I have a ton of health and no mana, I can bluff him. I can bluff. Yeah.
You shouldn't bluff when they can kill you.
Yes. You shouldn't bluff when you're low enough so that they can kill you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This for example, this is oh my god, that flash. All right. Fortunately, I'm probably gonna have to end this earlier than expected, because I have to leave. Otherwise, my parents are gonna kill me or cut the internet or something. But I will return stop. I will return like later because it's final study week. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This will probably be uploaded by like tomorrow, tonight, something like that. Some large period of time because um it's gonna be like an hour long video. So yeah.
Mhm.
You can just rewatch it and try to learn from there.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. See you later then.
All right. Thanks. Yeah. Bye.